Here we can say that here we can say that we are going to explain class 10th first flight book, class 10th book, first flight, and chapter is second chapter, A Long Walk for Freedom. Second chapter, Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk for Freedom. A Long Walk for Freedom. So this was Nelson Mandela. Okay, long walk to freedom. That is to freedom. Okay. So in this way we can say that in this way 10th May dawned bright and clear, means it was the time of 10th May, and dawn means just before sunrise. Here dawn means, the meaning of dawn means just before sunrise, means you can say that it was the 10th May early in the morning. For the past few days I had seen pleasantly visited by dignitaries and world leaders who were coming to pay their respects before the inauguration. Means here your writer is telling that for the past few days he had seen joyfully surrounded by reputed persons and leaders of the world who were coming to pay their respects before the inauguration or ceremony. The inauguration would be the largest gathering over of international leaders on South African soil. Mr. Writer is telling that it was the celebration, inauguration, and reputed persons of all over the world used to gather over international leaders on South African soil. So the ceremony took place in lovely sandstone amphitheater found by the Union Building in Pretoria. Means here writer is telling that this story happens at a place and in a building, and the building was made by a stone, precious stones of a theater found by the Union Building in Pretoria. For decades, means for 10 years, this had been the seat of white supremacy. Means we can say that Nelson Mandela had to face many difficulties. Then he got a freedom for both. Means against white, means apartheid. That was a system in South Africa. Apartheid. This was a political system which was running for decades, and he had to face many types of difficulties. Okay, so here white supremacy, and now it was site of rainbow gathering of different colors and nations for the installation of South Africa's first democratic non-racial government. First time it was the time of 10th May. It was the time of 10th May. And this was a celebration of non-racial government, non-racial government. But before this, It was a racial government. This was a racial government. Okay, but today it is a non-racial government on that lovely Atman means here. This was a lovely day means a spring season when I was accompanied means Nelson Mandela had been accompanied by his daughter, and the name of Nelson Mandela's daughter was Jenani. What was the name? Jenani. This was the name of Nelson Mandela's daughter. On the podium, means here on the stage, Mr. de Klerk was first sworn take oath in a second deputy president, means on 10th May, Hartmann season. Deputy president was Mr. de Klerk was first sworn in second deputy president. Then Thabo Mbeki was sworn in as a first deputy president. Then it was my turn. I pledge to obey means here this was the turn of Nelson Mandela to obey and uphold the constitution and to devote myself and himself to the well-being of the republic and its people, to the assembled guests and the watching world. I said. Here Nelson Mandela is describing about the situation. Nelson Mandela is describing about that time when he was taking the oath, voted by the public, and first time it was the greatest time, pleasant time that in South Africa it happened non-racial government, and many reputed person has gathered in South Africa, and before the reputed persons all over the world, he is going to take oath before that reputed person, because he was selected, he was voted as a black people's president of South Africa, and he created non-racial government. But before this, it was a racial government. Okay, guys. So your next question is that today all of us do by our presence here, means here today all of us by our presence here confer glory and hope to newborn liberty, means this was a newborn liberty for the people of South Africa, especially for the black people. Out of the experience of an extraordinary human disaster that lasted too long, must be born a society of which all humanity will be proud. Okay, this was the person Nelson Mandela, and on this types of great person who had to face many difficulties in getting freedom against racial government. We who were out of lodge not so long ago have today been given the rare privilege to be host to the nation, to the world, and our own soil. So we can say that this was the condition when we can enter. This was the condition when Nelson Mandela got different kinds of situation to show that he is a powerful person and he succeeded in his target, in his goal. Okay, he succeeded in his target and in his goal. In this way we can say that we thank all of our distinguished, means the people of South Africa thanked all the possibilities international guests for having come to take possession with the people of our country. Okay, of what is after all common victory for justice, for peace, for unity, dignity. This was the victory for justice, for peace, for unity, dignity. Okay, we have at least, means be here, be related to the people of South Africa, at last achieved their political system freedom. Emancipation means freedom. We pledge ourselves to liberty, all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty. Means they had been spent containing bondage of poverty, but just now it had damaged, it had gone, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. Okay, never, never, and never again shall it will be that beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another. The sun shall never set on so glorious human achievement. Let freedom reign. God bless Africa. Here, this is a kind of thought that it will never come the racial government till just now, because just now Nelson Mandela and the people of Africa has created a non-racial government. Okay, so guys, your today's homework is that explain passage number first and second. Learn to explain passage number first and second.